Hello, welcome to a new episode of the show, of the YouTube. I almost said podcast. It's not a podcast, it's a YouTube. Calibri and I are in the studio right now. We are so tired from a very exciting and productive week. As you can see, we've been working so hard on all the arts and he's been such a good boy helping me, right? So today I want to talk about breaking through and getting more visibility for yourself and your art and showing up and sharing your story online and beyond online, because truth be told, people ask me all the time, like, how did you do it? How did you build your career early on? And it was definitely a process, but there are some pivotal things that I've done to help my success and help my progression. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. The first thing I want to share is, of course, we all start out in the beginning only having access to our immediate community, right? So that could be friends, family, old college classmates or high school classmates, professors, friends of friends, and so on. And the moment you let go of any shame of sharing your art with them or of promoting yourself, that is the moment that things are going to change for you. Because so many times when a friend or a relative asks us about our work, we're like, oh, I'll just give it to you, right? And that's fine for a while. That's fine at the beginning. There's nothing wrong with that, to get that confidence up. But the truth is, at some point, you are going to have to make a decision to become a professional. So letting go of shame, letting go of this need to heavily discount things the minute someone that you know asks you about your art is going to be a crucial step for you, I promise. So practice sharing your price list, practice sharing your shop if you don't feel comfortable verbally telling someone about a price, and things are going to start changing for you. The other thing that I want to encourage everyone to do is to know that you have so much in front of you and so many opportunities available to you. A lot of times we think that we need that fancy gallery or that curator to put us in a show, but truth be told, we actually have a lot of power and ability to create our own opportunities. Early on, when I first graduated, I used to look at any local spaces, from restaurants to coffee shops to corporate hallways, where I could hang my work. And some of the stuff I did not get alone. I did have some friends who were incredibly supportive that offered me the spaces and walls to hang my art. And other times I was creative and I pitched to spaces that normally don't show work. And I want you to think outside the box, because so many times we don't know how is this gallery going to discover us? How is this curator that we're dreaming of working with going to find us? And the truth is, you have a higher chance of attracting them if you have examples of what your work looks like in a show, of your level of professionalism and dedication to your work, than if you just, post or not post at all and hope someone will find you and knock on your door. So that's exactly what I did in the beginning. I would take advantage of any local opportunities I could. I would also apply to more higher end, epic, things that felt a little bit out of reach, but I always just maximized the things that I did get locally. Some of it were in nonprofit centers, some of it were in small artist-run galleries, and I eventually even was part of a co-op gallery, which was a great experience because it was in a beautiful location. And so the reason why I'm sharing this is because sometimes we feel this mystery, like, how do we get there? How do we attract these galleries? How do you get represented if that's what you're dreaming about? And the truth is, before I got represented by a gallery, I was applying to a lot of jury shows. I was invited to show with my friends at artist curated exhibitions, as well as creating my own opportunities, like I mentioned, in places that aren't necessarily labeled as a gallery but can serve that purpose. I also participated in art fairs, and I really just put myself out there in any way that felt right for me. So just remember, you always have options. You don't have to wait. You don't have to choose. you can create your own exhibition if that's what you're longing for without waiting for anyone else. And my friend Geeta, Joshi, and I are actually creating a course for you. It's a 4-week program that's very accessible, very comprehensive, in-depth, 4 weeks with the two of us. And we're gonna be sharing exactly how to create your own exhibition, whether it's a solo show or group show. So make sure you check the notes under the video and check it out and see if this is the right next step for you. And creating your own exhibition does not mean that you necessarily have to rent a whole storefront. Like I said, there's always options. There's lobbies, there's storefronts, there's restaurants, and there's all kinds of ways that you can show yourself. The other thing I want to say is when I was starting out, it was really important for me to not take anything for granted. And the reason why is because I had a huge gap where I got a bunch of rejections and no opportunities. So I decided that when things started to come to me, I would be super grateful. Maximizing each opportunity, having mailing lists ready, not taking any show or any way that you can show up with your art for granted, and being super grateful. That energy attracts more opportunities, and if you show up to your opening with a good attitude and willing to share and talk about your work, even if it is just letting someone know that you're there if they have a question, you're going to find your new collectors and supporters. One of the exhibitions I had at the Opera House, I never even went there, I didn't meet the people, but they took my card and they ended up following my journey. They bought a tiny piece, and they still reply to my emails when I tell them about new work and exhibitions. So how cool is that? So start where you are. Don't be embarrassed if only friends and family are buying right now or only local spaces are showing. That is exactly how you break through, and that's how you show up professionally to those things, and then you'll get the upgrade. Don't forget to post about your experience. Don't forget to take good pictures of your work installed or you next to your work, just to continue reminding people why you're there and why you are even showing up. You're there to talk about your art and share your beautiful work with the world. My last tip for getting more visibility and just breaking through outside of your current bubble is to show up consistently. Find a spot online or a way that works for you. For example, it could be a newsletter, or it could be your social media, or it could be something where you can consistently show up to and share new art or your progress or anything that's relevant to your journey. For me, that was Instagram for a long time. Now I'm trying out this YouTube thing. Pinterest is also a great option, and some people prefer newsletters. Like I follow an artist who sends a new painting every day in her newsletter, and that's been really inspiring to watch. So find a place where you like showing up, that it doesn't feel like a job, that it feels like talking to your friends, talking to your people, and being excited every time you reveal something new or you have a new win that you can share with them. I am so proud of you for being on this journey, and I want to thank you so much for being here and for listening. And don't forget to check out Geeta and I's new workshop that we're working on to help you get to that level of professionalism and show the world what your work looks like in a beautiful gallery space. Hey, can mommy sit here too? I hope this was helpful. I'm so excited to share more with you, and I look forward to sharing on upcoming episodes. And let me know in the comments what steps you're going to take to make sure that you're showing up for yourself and your art so that it can be seen and other people can enjoy it as well. Calibri and I will see you soon. Bye!